But no, tell us about, I know you, when you got here, you did a little bit of acting and being creative, but you primarily kind of was in corporate America, in the cosmetic industry, right, for a minute?
I moved here. The acting part was really hard, and being one of 10 kids and growing up in the 9th ward, like we struggled. We lived, so I don't want to say poverty, but I feel like we lived middle class 9th ward, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I remember you telling me, they working that window.
Yeah, my parents like struggled. My dad was a mechanic, but he did pretty well for himself. He went to Southern. My dad actually went to Southern.
Yay, go
he studied architecture, and then he changed his major to mechanical engineering. And he didn't finish, but I still like all those like life skills and watching him get up early, and all of his sons had to work in the mechanic shop. We did sandblasting. He taught us how to spray a car down, get a car prepped for painting. We did body and fender work to sanding. But anyway, he taught us all those life skills and how about work ethic and getting up early and like completing your tasks. So all that I brought with me to LA. I brought like my teachings and my learnings from Southern, brought all that on my shoulders, right? I brought that to LA with me. So when I got here, the struggle, doing acting and doing all the background work was really, the struggling part was really hard. So I found some tip agencies. I applied for a job with a tip agency. The assignment was supposed to last only 2 weeks, but they ended up hiring me on full-time after 3 months. And this girl that was initially hired along with me, she had a college degree too. And she said, "This is beneath me. I don't want to be here." She said that. She was like, "I don't want to be here." And I was like, "Well, I don't have a problem being here. I'm making money. It's not much, but I don't mind being here, right?" And so they ended up hiring me on full time after 3 months. They probably could have hired her on full time too had she stayed. Just put her head down and got to work. But I did. I kind of got caught. I got caught up in the making good money and being in the cosmetic industry. And I always tell folks, I didn't get into the cosmetic industry through the front door. I climbed in through the back window.
Oh, come on, back.
And that's really important now, because I see a lot of kids. They literally they will just apply online for all these big corporations and hope that someone gets their resume. I'm like, walk in. Go through the front door. Go through the front door and talk to security. Smooch like security. It's always like a beautiful black woman.
Always.
You know what I mean?
With her neck ready to roll.
Talk to her, and that's my way of getting into the back door. Just initially applying online doesn't work anymore. But that has served me well. Just navigating over through corporate America. Was great.
I agree, because even like going to networking events, meeting people, sometimes that's a little more helpful than even just applying online, because at least they might know the recruiter to kind of bypass you through the folks and get you that interview. So I'm here for going through different doors. But for you, going through these different doors, and even though you were very successful in corporate America, you kind of still was very creative always. And still doing acting. I remember you in a movie at MLK, you won an award. And you also really poured into your entrepreneurial phase. And then you started some wonderful company. Watch Your Adjectives. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I always tell folks, just go back a little bit, I always tell folks, like, when you're doing things, because not necessarily because you have to, because you want to. Right? And I felt like I wanted to learn different skill sets by working in corporate America and working for like a consumer goods brand. Like I work with some of the biggest brands. Biggest brands in the world that I've had the opportunity to work with. I've learned, how to market products. I learned about cost of goods. And so I wanted to pour that. I wanted to start a brand and pour all of my learnings into my own brand. So Watch Your Adjectives kind of came about. I was talking to one of my best friends from college. And this is probably back in like maybe 2017, 2018. And he said, he was trying to get me to remember someone from college. He said, such and such an English class with us, the big guy. I said,
Right.
He said, the big guy. I said, I know just what you're talking about. I said, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because this is how Louisiana folks do.
Then we laughed about it for a good like 5 minutes. And I said, watch your adjectives, friend.
Right,
I said, you have to say that.
You have to say that. But he did. It wasn't too big, and it was the saute raw on that second big.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And we laughed about that forever. But then I thought about it. I was like, that had become my thing. Like, watch your adjectives.
Yeah.
I always tell my friend, watch your adjectives. But you know, there are things that we say. We might say like, you know, that big, fat, nasty, ugly, you know, all kinds of words, adjectives that we use to describe people and ourselves.
Yeah.
We begin to internalize those words, right? Because words have power.
Mm-hmm.
And so we begin to internalize those words. And I was like, you know what, Merlin, something that was horrible that got me to figure out who this guy was, I was able to like, I was like, you know what, the good thing, let me pour it back into like the world and the universe, something good.
Yes.
Something that was bad. I was like, let me pour it into something good. So let me start a brand that says, watch your adjectives to remind ourselves that we are powerful, we are bold, we are unapologetic, we are passionate, we are loyal, we are beautiful people. Mm-hmm. And I was like, if you tell yourself that every morning, then eventually you become that person.
Amen.
Yeah, so that's how the brand kind of came about.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. And it's totally like affirmations on the low. Just like I talk about it in my book. And I love it because even you guys see, I got this gift. Yeah, I love my WatchYourAdjectives hat. Perfect for the sorors. If anybody would like to purchase one, we'll tell you at the end where you can go to the website and Instagram. Yeah. But I think it's great because a lot of times people don't value words.
Yeah,
and for me, my love language, my number one is words of affirmation.
Well, shut up. Okay.
Baby. So I will not talk to somebody behind the words that they say because I believe it's so powerful and it pours into your energy too. Mm-hmm. Whether it's like what they say, what you think, anything, like words hold power, like you said. And so I love that you provide products, hats, shirts, sweatshirts, all the things where you can say, this is what I feel today, and so this is what I'm wearing.
Yeah, shout out to my girl, my friend Destiny Brown. Her dad, rest in peace, Mr. Dennis Brown. I remember him from college. He came into our class, college of business. He said the difference between a good and bad major attitude, and I never forgot that. So that kind of like played a part into me coming over to WatchYourAdjectives.
I remember her.
Shout out to Destiny.
Yeah, she was so pretty.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of Kia. We get to see everybody in my world.